Well, hello. I'm going to be recording a documentary video continuing along the path of recovery from my wrist fracture. My name's Lisa Prokopowicz, and I'm going to be showing you today where my hand is at. It's been about 6.5 weeks since I fell, and it's been 5 weeks today since I had surgery for my wrist. I had a distal radius fracture, and he reset the bones and put a plate and screws in there to hold the bones in place while they heal. And I'm hoping to regain my abilities to play the guitar. But if you have had this surgery, or if you are contemplating the surgery, or if you have fractured your wrist, or if you just want to know how I'm doing, this video will show you where my progress is at. So about 2 weeks after the surgery, the surgeon removed the splint that I had and put me in a removable brace, which you will see here. This is my removable brace. It goes about halfway up my forearm. And when he first took off the splint, the pain that I had been feeling greatly diminished. And pretty much the most pain was when I put the splint on, or when I put this brace on. And shortly after having this brace as my new friend, I wanted to keep it off more often because it felt so much more comfortable. My hand felt so much more like normal. But then I realized that I probably needed to keep it on so that the bones would actually stay in place so that they could heal correctly. So I've been keeping it on, even though it has been painful at times. Actually, fairly often it aches, especially it will ache here, my thumb, where this part of the brace hits, and then also on this side where the brace hits, probably my bones that protrude there. And I'm going to take this, actually I don't know if you saw that, it hurts here, and then on the other side where my bones hit where the brace is. And I'm going to try to show you, but when I take this off, I'll show you that again. So I want to show you one thing that has helped me. If you have had a brace like this that you have to wear, especially at night, because the big thing for me was I was supposed to wear it when I was sleeping especially, and then I could take it off to shower, which was nice, so that I could get my arm wet and not have to worry about getting the splint wet and ruined. So when I would wear this at night, though, the pain, of course, was more noticeable, and it would ache, and especially if this, I can only hold my wrist in certain ways. When this would hit against a pillow, or I was sleeping on the couch, so on the mattress, or on the cushion. And what I found really helps, this is a tip for anybody who's got some sort of a thing like this, it might help you, it's worth a try for sure. I don't know if you've ever seen these. This is one of those neck pillows that you get for when you maybe fly on an airplane or you want to sleep on your back. And we had one of these, and I don't know why, I thought, let me try this. So what I do when I'm sleeping at night, this has really saved me a lot of pain. So if I'm sleeping, this is my left wrist, all right? And if I'm sleeping on my left side, my hand will naturally turn so that it's like this. And what I would do is put this, I don't know if you can see this, but put this around and then get it comfortable. So my brace was only resting on one spot, and I'd get it where it could be comfortable. And then if I would turn over to my, let's see, if I would turn over onto my right side, my arm would end up this way. And so I would take the pillow like this, and I would have a pillow that my arm would be resting on. And then I would just let it come under here and let this neck brace pillow lift it up so it wasn't squarely on the pillow. So that's just a tip. If you have any kind of a splint or a cast or a brace, you may want to try using one of those neck pillows to get the pressure off. Because I don't know if everyone goes through this, but I know I sure did, so it's a little tip. But what I want to do is show you what the arm looks like without the brace and how much I've been able to move it. I've shown in past videos that I could move my hand about this much. And that hasn't improved that drastically, but a little bit every day. The pain decreases a little bit every day. Mostly what it is like a sharp ache is the way that I like to say it. I don't know how else to, it's not like a stabbing pain. But I'm going to take this brace off. All I do is take the Velcro off. And it's a little bit painful to put it off and take it on, or to put it on and take it off. So I just try to loosen this a little bit before I pull my hand out. Because that's really the most painful thing, is getting my hand in and out of here. And the reason is because these spots are the most tender, especially my thumb. If you can see, I still have, I'm not sure if this is because I have a bone spur under here or if it's part of the surgery. So these tapes have been holding the incision, and these will fall off probably very soon. They probably should have already fallen off. But I've been keeping my brace on so much, I think it just kind of it re-glues them down. So that's what the incision looks like. I'm not sure how well you can see it. It's about maybe 2 inches long. And right now it hurts me to bring my hand this far. I can move it like that far and like that far. I don't have full range of motion by any means. I can bring my hand forward about that much and back about that much. So normally, my other hand, I can bring my hand all the way back and all the way forward into a fist, right? And this one, I can bring my fingers in about that much and my thumb about that much. So this is at 5 weeks after the surgery. And next week, I am supposed to go to the surgeon to have him reassess this and then hopefully assign me to PT and OT, because I have not been doing anything like that. I've just been doing a little bit of opening and closing, no lifting, no pulling. I really can't do that. Yesterday and today are like the first, every day I get a little bit more back, and it's the first time I noticed I can almost touch my fingers to my thumb, especially, it's still a little bit hard, believe it or not. It's taking its time, but I don't want to push it either. I want to be sure to let it heal properly. And I will document this as time goes by. So if you're having this surgery and you want to see where am I going to be in about 5 weeks, this is probably it. Not real far. I can't do too much with this hand, but it is starting to be able to pick up a little bit of slack. Maybe just pick up something very light. Now, I'm wondering if there's anything else I wanted to tell you about. If you're interested in if you're interested in hearing some of the spiritual lessons that I've been learning from this whole procedure, be sure to check out my YouTube channel. You can go there. You can go to shiningriver.com/YouTube and subscribe so that you'll see all the things that I'm putting out. Some of them are spiritual lessons, and then of course I will be documenting my progress of healing for those who are simply wanting to know what am I looking at here. I just broke my wrist. And the other thing is that I am a guitar player. I'm also a music therapist, so I'm really interested in this. How, as a guitar player, this is my left hand. You have to be able to turn your hand and then make the chord formations with this hand. And right now I can't do any of that. So when I get into OT, I'm going to ask my OT about helping, and I'll keep documenting what I'm finding. One thing I am thinking that I'm going to try to do is do some piano playing, because this motion is a lot easier for me right now. And I don't really play a lot of piano, but I might just do some music therapy on myself and be doing some fingering. Now, I'm not going to do that a lot until I talk to my OT about it and find out what they suggest, and maybe my surgeon too, because I don't want to mess up any of the healing. But I think that what it'll do is just strengthen it. But for now, at least I can do this with my fingers, and so I am doing a lot of that and just trying to increase the range of motion. I also am using my other hand to try to do what I can to bring these fingers as far as they'll go and open them as far as they will. And right now I really have very little extension there. And then my thumb. So next week will be 6 weeks since surgery. And really I think that's usually they say 6 to 8 weeks is when you're pretty much recovered, I guess, or when you can usually get your cast off if you've broken a bone. So it will be interesting to see how far I've come by next week. And then after the therapy, I will be documenting that along the way. So thank you for listening to this and watching, and I hope it's been... there's a hummingbird right on target. Hello, little hummingbird. I hope you can see him. It's still early September, so the hummingbirds are still here. They're getting ready to go fly off south. It's really remarkable. Hello, little one. I'll just let us watch him for a minute. Yep. So stick around my YouTube channel, and if you want to check out some of those spiritual things, I also have a podcast. You can look for it on Spotify and iHeart, and it's also on my YouTube channel. Just look under, I think it's under podcast up there. There's a little tab, but it's called Manna from My Father's Hand podcast. And these episodes right around now are all about the spiritual lessons from this whole thing. And they started before I even fell, which is pretty amazing to me, but they have continued. And it's been interesting. So the whole healing process is, I guess you could look at when you do something like this happens to you, you can look at it as a real drawback, or you can look at what you can gain from it. So I'm going to gain everything I can from it, whether it be spiritual insights or whether it be ways to make videos that will encourage others who are going through this not to give up, keep pressing forward, keep doing those exercises even though they hurt. Listen to your doctor and put that brace on when you need to. So, oh, here goes nothing. I'll show you putting the brace back on. So normally I have two hands that I can really use, and I pull this open as far as I can, and then I just push this on, and my thumb goes in through here. And that's sometimes what I'll do is I will put tissues inside here, and you can also, I guess at CVS, you can get things that will help to ease the pain of a brace like this, but I just haven't done it. I've just used tissues to kind of comfort those little spots. And then it's very easy to put it on. At this point, you just do the Velcro tabs. And that's all there is to it. So, and it just keeps everything kind of where the bones are supposed to be. And that's why I've been keeping it on, even though it's been hurting, just to make sure that I don't, move my wrist in a way that might hurt those bones from forming back. So I will talk to my doctor about that when I see him and make sure that it's all good. But it is all good in the Lord. And I pray for you, if you've watched this far, that the Lord will strengthen you as you heal up. And I hope this has helped. So put a comment in the comment section if you'd like, and let me know what you're going through, and I'll say a prayer for you if you'd like that. So God bless you. Have a great day, and I'm going to say goodbye for now, my friend. Bye.